Cool. So as part of a senior project, I did a profile on William Blake, and we studied London, and I did London in another video, but I decided to rewrite London and write about where I live in Idaho. So this poem is called Magpie. I see unplowed roads and plowers burying the cars of those who work helplessly, eternally depraved. In an air so heavy and lightly medicated, if any could remember to breathe, maybe they wouldn't, for fear of wasting a second. A magpie lands on a farm fence, calculating the limits of its thievery, what it may harvest, because nature fires 22 shells or runs over what it certifies a nuisance, vermin, to be left until the spring sun thaws. Frozen, hot, hypocritical and holy, a valley that educates and humiliates, humbling anyone who'll stand or sit and play their hand. They say the wind makes it colder. Yet I must walk on, in fear of being certified a nuisance. A single drop may put out. So in the poem London, I saw the ideas of broken down individuals living in heavy lives, heavy circumstances, and I tied that to this place. It snows every day, cars get buried, there's plowers that come through and leave this wall of snow and ice at the end of your driveway, and you get stuck, or you can't get out, or you have to send it backwards and fly over this bump. But I took inspiration from London and these harsh environments and compared it to living with expectations and with living to pay the bills, to make ends meet, and to not be a nuisance, to not be like a magpie that sits on the fence. Like farmers here complain about magpies who go through and they steal the crops, and sometimes I feel like a nuisance. I feel like someone that I don't know. I like to relax. I like to write. I like to make art and paint. Um, yeah, I suppose sometimes I feel like I'm being unproductive, or I'm not providing enough for a place. Um, and I could be labeled as something that can be put away. But what I think the poem London celebrates is the harshness of a circumstance or a place, but also the individuality and those who live through harsh circumstances and find ways to do things, or I guess the bare minimum to survive. Another thing that I wanted to add, which I thought was interesting, or something that I've thought about, is the idea of breathing, or stopping to take a breath and relax and slow down, calm down. And in the poem I say that could be a waste. That time could be better spent on something productive, or earning money, or like is your humanity, is your stability less important than having a buck? And I think the sad part is that regardless, you have to work and you have to do what you need to do. And yeah, the guy's plowing you in. He's building the wall behind your car when you gotta go to work. What do you do?